Sup nerds, I'm Adal, and today I'll be showing you how to perform a generic 21 pop archer rush. Doing this I'll be using the Byzantines, which doesn't have any eco bonuses, nor will I be pushing any of theirs, so that you can perform this build order using any civilizations and in any circumstances. So let's get to it. First things first, you want to queue 4 villagers in your town center, use your initial 3 villagers to build 2 houses, get 2 goats on your town center, and start exploring with your spear, 2 goats and your scout. I like to scout the front of my base with my scout and the back of my base with my goats, in case there's any sheeps or rhinos in the front that the enemy could potentially try stealing from us. Find a couple more goats, keep exploring. Let's see. Okay, so in the bottom right corner here you can see my villager distribution. You can also see them in the top left corner. So we get 6 villagers onto these goats, and I like to place my second goat on top of the other one, so that they can start taking from that one immediately, saving some time, where they would have otherwise have to waste a little time going to another one that's next to them. So once we have 6 villagers on the goats, we place 4 villagers, including this one, over to wood. We have a nice wood line back here, and we don't know it yet, but this wood line is actually connected, so that this is one big cover for us. Okay, so I'm taking my second goat now. Now we need to find another goat to send beneath our town center, so that there's no idle time. Found both our rhinos. I'm doing the same thing with the goat over the other one. And once we have 4 villagers in wood, we'll send the next villager to get our first rhino. At this point I found all my goats. I'm still exploring the back of my base with one of them, while I'm retrieving the other ones back to the base. And once we got our 7th villager from the food to get rhino, we'll send the next villager forward to make 2 houses. Pretty good loot right there. So we have 7 villagers on the board, 1 villager being 2 houses. Then we'll send 3 villagers over to the mill. We'll also send this house builder over to the mill later, so that we'll have 4 total on berries. Now we'll have to force deposit, so that we can afford making more villagers. Force depositing is when you just select these villagers and you right click on the town center, depositing all your food so that you can make more villagers if you don't have quite 50 foods available. So I already shift queued this villager from the houses over to the berries once she finishes building. Now I'm exploring to find my enemy. Okay, so the enemy's town center is probably here somewhere, from the angle of his house and his lumber camp there. He could also be here somewhere too. And he's pushing some deers. At around 150 food left on your first rhino, you can get your second rhino. And now we want 10 villagers on the town center. So you get 4 villagers on wood, then 4 villagers on berries, and then 10 villagers on the town center. So you get 1 more. And once we have 10 villagers on the town center, we'll send a couple more villagers over to woods. And then we get loom. So we'll have 5 villagers in this lumber camp, but then we'll send the next villager over to this woodline here, over there. We'll make another lumber camp. And once this rhino depletes from food, then we'll send 4 more villagers over to wood, and we'll send 2 other villagers over to gold, leaving us with 4 leftover villagers near the town center. After we get loom, we get fuel ledge. So we're making our second lumber camp. We'll have 5 villagers in each. making a mining camp on the gold, leaving us with 4 villagers on the town center. Meanwhile, I'm just keeping to explore the enemy space, to see what he's up to. Maybe he'll go for a rush or something, that's why I want to be out early. At this point, for him to make a barracks would be too late for a rush. And probably too late for a man-at-arm rush as well, but we'll see. Maybe he has made one, since last time we explored that. Just before getting 60% up to fuelage, you want to start building your barracks. I'm using one of my 5 woodcutters on this left side. I'm also making additional houses on the left side from the berries. I want to make sure that we never get housed. These 4 leftover villagers, they just keep taking these remaining goats. As we are about to reach the village, we prepare 2 villagers, make an archery range, get double attacks in the lumber camp. And now we want to make another house and get a blacksmith. Because we want to rush him immediately. And we keep sending villagers over to gold from the town center until we have 7 villagers on gold. So we're already starting to queue some archers, and we're getting our blacksmith up. As we eventually run out of goats to eat from, we'll make 4 farms around the town center. We spotted our enemy with some militias going forward towards us, while I'm taking this very risky scout fight there. I win the fight so I can keep track of the enemy's militias, which are now men-at-arms. I keep queuing archers, then I make my second range, blocking the enemy's path. And I can see these men-at-arms going towards the bottom of my base, so I'll prepare sending my archers to the bottom as well, to intercept them. Now that we have 7 villagers on gold here, we'll send some villagers over to these strategy trees to make more farms. Because 3 archers there, and we already have fetching. By mistake I send an 8th villager to gold, but I'll fix this soon. Yeah, I'm taking 1 villager away from gold to make some more farms. Continuously making houses. And now I'll be queuing archers from both my archery ranges. I have a little bit of wild time here, but I can correct myself. Take out one of the men-at-arms. Then I go towards the enemy. Not quite sure where his other men-at-arms are, but they can't do much damage on their own. Especially without a scout to potentially block my villagers. At home I'm just continuing to build some houses and building more farms. I want to keep my wood count low here. I found one of the other men-at-arms, take him out. And because we went early blacksmith, we got fletching while he doesn't. So we can take some good fights there. So already we're winning. It says we have like 13 villagers on wood now, but these are just the 3 or 2 extras are just taking cider wood. These cider trees. Continuing to build houses, making more farms. We're going for 16 farms there. Once we have 16 farms, we can even idle the TC a little bit to go up faster. The enemy now has fletching, but we have more archers than the enemy, despite the enemy being Britons. And that's thanks to us having a better build order and taking some good fights early on. Put in farms, we need 3 more. Meanwhile we're harassing the enemy, taking down villagers. And if this was an online player, he would probably resign at this point. this point I'm nearly fully walled. Just gonna make a house there. Got 15 farms. I'll make one more before going up. Now that we have 16 farms, we're just gonna wait till we have enough food to go up to the castle age. And I send a couple more villagers over to gold. And now that we're almost 800 food, we're gonna force deposit some food and then go to gas stage. To a perfectly respectable uptime, considering it's a generic civilization. Even if it was like a archer designated civilization like Witness Remains, this would still be a very good time to go up. That basically concludes the Archer Rush build order. You can see how it went from field age up to gas stage. And once gas stage, it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to boom or go forward with siege. The enemy is making a lot of skirmishers now, so we'll try to adapt to that. Making a stable, we're gonna make some knights. Continuously throughout, we have been making archers the entire time. A little bit unfortunate with my gathering point there, so I had to leave the house to let them out. Go for a second town center. Keep making houses. Make a few more farms. Get more villagers into gold, and into wood. Pick up the watchtower. Create these wood lines. We made a forward siege workshop. Some animals. We're using most of the resources there now to just keep pressuring the enemy. And the game is pretty much over. It's been for a while now, but even the AI realized it at this point. It's reaching each villagers around. And he resigns. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and see you around.